Hi, my dear Gemini. This is Ella from Gemini Tarot channel, and I'm here today to do a reading for July 2023 for you, my lovely Geminis. Let's see how you've been. I'm going to use a different deck of cards, only one today, and some angel advice. This one is the Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland, and I used it a couple of times for my friends here and for my family. I really like the messages that this deck of cards is giving one, to realize what's going on. And I decided to do it this way this month. I will be doing more like mid-month type of thing and weekly, and I will be using the other cards. If you didn't see yet the updates, because I was missing for a while, that I posted on this channel, I suggest that you look at so you'll know what I've been through and what I decided to do. And thank you for all of you that stayed with me, even though I wasn't active here for a while because of my hobbies, health, and even my own. We are feeling much better, so let's start. Yeah, so let's just start. Let's see what the Geminis are doing for July. We've got in here, okay, we've got in here 3 of the cards already falling. And I'm going to keep on pulling because it's more like a Celtic cross type of reading, but with this deck of cards. I don't know what you've been to, my dear, but I've been through hell and back. But I'm an Aries rising, so Geminis for July, please. Let me just move them a little like this. We've got even more. More than we need in here, but I'm gonna take them all because they are meaningful for us. For the reading, I mean. I'm gonna put them like this. Okay, and the last one in here. There you go. What I've got here, because I left a deck like this, is a new start is coming on a new moon. So we just passed a new moon, so probably the next new moon. And the answers you need are coming again on this side. Full moon in Gemini. I'm gonna set them aside, and if I remember, I'll read them at the end because they are very important. And we're gonna have the lucky numbers. As this is a general reading, take what resonates and leave the rest, my dears. And this is for Gemini sun, moon, and rising. So let's figure it out and see what's going on in here, okay? For the present, my dear Geminis, you have surrendered to the divine, and that is the full moon. I've had this card, honest to God, I've had it for Aries and Taurus. So maybe some of you might have something in your chart, like a placement in Taurus or Aries. You should go check out the other readings. Surrender to the divine says like this to you. The very word climax brings all sorts of ideas and images to mind, doesn't it? But it really is the feeling of this card. Life is coming to a head, a point, a conclusion, or a turning point. There may be some kind of change and possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. I'm thinking now, not reading from the book, I'm thinking that probably that's why I've got all these, like this card for all of you guys, because the full moon is coming. And the full moon is always full of emotions and an explosion of the feelings that we've gathered for the entire month. So let's keep on reading, okay? Tune into your emotions now and see what they are telling you. They are very likely close to the surface, no matter when in the moon cycle you've pulled this card. Matters will soon conclude and you'll find out whether or not your wishes are going to come true. The odds are in your favor, as this is a positive card. But you may need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold. How to attune to this moon? I am getting the answers I need, so believe in it. The teachings with this moon, this card, is like this. The full moon marks the climax of the lunar cycle, making this card something of a power card. The full moon is often the time when answers are given to questions asked during the new moon, and pulling this card at any time in the lunar cycle suggests answers will be coming your way before too long. So, my dear Geminis, if you really did waited for some answers and you were stuck up until now, with this card, what I'm feeling without the booklet, try to control your emotions and be patient because the answers are coming. Okay? So, this was your present. This card could have different meanings. A wish you made may be about to come true. So there you go. Maybe that's your answer. It's a make or break time. You could be at crossroads and you'll know which way to head. There could be a sense of madness in the air. Breathe deep and stay calm. You may need to forgive someone in order to release the negative energy. It's time to let go of the past and move on. I know many Geminis already did that. I have friends Geminis and they told me that the past is in the past and that's that, okay? Now let's see the challenge in this situation. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Let me just pick that one out of this. New moon, new moon, new moon. Okay. There is a new start coming in your private life. I don't know about you guys, but I'm waiting. I've been waiting for a year now for this new start. A year ago, I moved from a different country here to this country. Yeah, life is more acceptable here. Let's put it this way. People are more friendly here. I can talk to anybody, like from the shops where I go to my neighbors, to everybody, and they are willing to talk. But there is lots and lots of gossips in here too. That doesn't bother me. But with the new start that I was hoping to have a year ago, that is been delayed so far. I'm not there yet. So something is rising up in connection with the people and places you hold dearest. And that's from person to person. Your children, your family, your mom, your significant other, whoever, right? This can be to do with a member of your family, a flatmate, or moving house. If you are hoping to move forwards with something special in your private life, this card comes to you as a message that you can do it, finally. If you've been neglecting your family, it's time to reconnect with them. If you've been neglecting yourself, and your inner child, I might say, you need to take better care of yourself and nurture yourself more. If your insecurity is holding you back, that's something for you to work on now. Doing so could bring you your heart's desire. My guides told me to let you know that with this card, especially with what they said over there, if your insecurities is holding you back, I don't know, from following your heart in love or from following your heart in your job, from soaring, to do your own business or to do whatever I'm doing here on the internet and get, known. Go ahead and do it. It's gonna be okay. The teaching of this card says like this: the new moon in Cancer can be a super emotional time. The moon is all about emotions, and Cancer is a water sign and also very emotional. Saying that, the moon is very happy in the sign of Cancer. It's one of her two home signs along with Taurus. So whenever you pull it, this card suggests that whatever happens next will be in your favor. It's especially positive for family matters. Yeah, if you want to move homes, if you want to, I don't know, do something with your family, which is very, very important to you, this is the right time. And this is the challenge. You need to get over this, to try to deal with this, okay? This card might have different meanings. For example, let someone get a bit closer to you. A new cycle is starting for your child or children. It's time to review your goals. Have they changed? For example, mine from a year ago, where I wanted different things, like bigger things. At this point, no, I don't want that anymore. I want totally something else that's just for me and my hobby and no one else around us. So definitely my goals changed. Meditation will help you banish your insecurities if you might have any. Spending time near water will bring you peace and answers. Every time you have a chance, go by the water. Walk barefoot on the grass. Now it's the lovely time outside in our hemisphere here, and we can do that. Like, I have 3 puppies here that I saved back in March, and now they are almost 5 months old. We are going every night for at least an hour for them, like with them, so they can run around, free. And I'm taking my shoes off. Doesn't matter what everybody thinks, you know. How to attune to this moon, my dear? Make sure you put your family first. So let's see what you have for the past. Communication is key, and this is the new moon in Gemini. The new moon in Gemini says like this: a successful relationship usually comes down to one thing, communication. And that's true, my dear. If, let's say, a husband and wife, they are not talking to each other, that marriage is doomed. And I know from experience. So communication is key. And the new moon in Gemini card is all about the start of a new cycle for communicating with the person at the center of your question. It doesn't matter who that person is. It could be your soulmate, it could be your partner, it could be your mom, it could be your sister, it could be your brother, it could be your partner in business. Talking things through is the answer to whatever it is you are asking about. If you can't talk to that person, you can journal about it to yourself. I am doing that because I cannot talk to the people that gave me lots of grief for the past year. Emails, text messages, and all other forms of communication will also help you now. Be that you inquire about your situation, that is that is what you were supposed to do in the past. But it's not too late if you didn't do it, okay? If the issue you are asking about concerns a sibling, like in my case, or neighbor, there is a new start coming, a time to wipe the slate clean and start over. Yeah, we will. In my case, I arranged so my sister can live on her own and have her own freedom, even if she's handicapped. She will be much happier than living together with us. That's not selfish of me. Selfish of me was up until now to think that she's gonna be much better with us here and we are helpful. No, in a way, she used to live alone and she loved it that way. So that's how it's going to be from here on. This card could also suggest you've been too frivolous lately and need to get grounded again. Shoes off. Walk in the grass, my dear Gemini. But most importantly, drawing this card emphasizes the need to communicate. If it's hard for us to communicate, like when I'm angry, because I was angry lately a lot, I used to write it down, and the next day I used to read what I wrote, and then I was thinking, okay, why I got so angry, why I got so pissed off, why, and then I try to solve it that way. How to attune to the moon? Write a list of all the people you love most and see if you are prioritizing them. The teaching of this card, my dear, is Gemini is the sign of communication and socializing of ideas and travel. And the energy around it and around this card, no matter when you pull this card out, is speedy, gossipy, and flirtatious. The new moon in Gemini is a wonderful time to get out and socialize. Geminis loves a chat. One thing to be aware of is that this card can also indicate being mentally scattered. Daily meditations will help to unscramble crossed wires in your brain. That's not to say that we are, flighty or anything like that. But most of us, we are dealing with so many issues at once that in the morning we are doing this, in the afternoon we are here and there and here and there and here and there, and sometimes our wires are being crossed. Additional meanings for this card are time to tell someone how you feel. Don't be all in your head and not in your heart. Someone is flirting with you. Read more books if possible. Now let's see what the recent past is saying. Your commitment is being tested, and that's the first quarter moon. Let me find the thing for us. First quarter moon. I found it. And the card says like this: there could be some challenges coming your way, but they are just the universe's way of testing you. The first quarter moon calls for you to face any hurdles with confidence. What do you actually think is possible? If you believe you can do it, then you probably can. If you spend your life affirming that something is too big for you to surmount, it probably is. I don't think it's for us Geminis, because we believe in ourselves, and what we think we can do, we already have there. See how it works. Do you believe your dreams will come true, or have you secretly already given up? Showing some commitment now will help you move towards your desired outcome. What you believe to be true is true for you, so believe in yourself and don't give a crap about whoever else is telling you any different. Don't listen to any negative people. If they are negative, get rid of them and go on your own path. That's yours and yours alone, because nobody else will walk in your shoes. How to attune to this moon? I am committed to my dreams, exactly, and move towards them with confidence. In the lunar cycle, that's the teaching. In the lunar cycle, the first quarter moon comes between the new moon and the full moon. It's a time when the sun and moon are at hard astrological angle to each other, and this can prompt a small crisis. No matter when you pull this card, you need to see any dramas as a stepping stone to where you want to be. It can also be a time when you need to stay strong through a storm. So stay strong, my dear Geminis, because your time is coming. That was your recent past, and I believe that you did stay strong. Additional meanings for this card might be like this. The answer to your question is yes, but not yet. So I believe that is true, at least in my case. Yes, things will happen for me, but not just quite yet. In my case, everything that's going to happen for me is going to be in the fall. And I know that for a fact because that's when things are going to wrap up, let's say, so I can move on to the next thing that I want to do. You are halfway to your goal. You still need to put in a bit more effort. Yeah. Sometimes we just need to realize how much we want something. That's true. That's true. Last year at this time I wanted something, but I wasn't quite sure. I didn't know if I should leave my parents' home, that we were all together, if I should do it, if I should sell or not, and I wasn't quite sure. So that's why nothing happened. This year I'm sure that I want to get rid of this apartment and I want to live in a small house. And I will not look back, because I want my own garden over there and my own thing, and that's that. I do have a garden right now, but it's in the house that I inherited. The teachings of this moon, did I set the teachings? Yeah, I did. I was on the additional meaning for this card. Sorry, I had a blank. You need to recommit to something or someone. Yeah, to your dreams, my dears. To your dreams and to your goals. Twitch them a bit and recommit to them. So that was for your recent past. Let's see what we have right now for the outcome if nothing else changes. I love this one. You are good enough, my dear Geminis. And this is the full moon in Virgo. Let me just find it first, so we can read about it. Full moon in Virgos. Okay. It's time to be really honest with yourself and understand what's led you to ask your question. Have you been humble to the point of being self-effacing? Humility is good, but it can go too far. And drawing this card suggests you may be underrating yourself. Yeah, while I was going through all kinds of crap, I was thinking, nah, I'm not good enough for this. I don't deserve this. And honest to God, it was more than just one Gemini within me. And this is proof for me that, yeah, I'm good enough. And you should read this well. Yes, you're good enough, my dear. And do not underrate yourself. You don't have to be flash, just quietly certain that you are good enough. At the other end of the scale, you also need to honestly answer this question. Have you been too picky? Maybe. The full moon in Virgo card needs some truthful answers. Once you've given them, it should be easier to see how you got where you are. Your next step should then be more obvious to you. To me it is, because I already did this. Pay attention to the details. Hard work brings results. How to attune to this moon? Find the balance between the cosmic and the mundane in your daily life. Don't be too much on the clouds or too much, down on the pits. The teaching of this card says like this: the full moon in Virgo is a time to declutter your life, your home, and your office. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow, actually. It's the time to sort what's good in your life from what's not serving you. It's also the time to clear out your energies via salt baths and meditations, and to practice getting more grounded by walking barefoot. If you do not have a tub, like I do not have a tub here, I have only a shower, I'm going to take one of those bowls, and I'm going to put bath salts into that tub and soak my feet in it. That's what I'm doing. No matter when you draw this card, it's a reminder that any time is a good time to start living a healthier life. That's right. I cut down on my cigarettes, I cut down on my coffee, my blood pressure is much better. I'm trying not to get angry, because this is something that triggered me, and my blood pressure went off the charts. Additional meanings for this card: worrying too much will attract more things to worry about. So try not to worry, so the outcome of this is going to be good enough, okay? Have you been overly critical? An apology may be in order. Maybe. Stop second guessing yourself. So believe in yourself. This card says you are good enough. Don't forget that. Raise your karma by doing something good for someone else. If you can, yes, do that. So let's see the path to the future, my dear. It is work through your fears. And this is the new moon in Scorpio. Hold on so I can find it. New moon. It's in the beginning here. New moon in Scorpio says this card suggests a rebirth. Think of your situation. So this is for your future, okay? As the phoenix that's rising from the ashes, as the birth, that rebirth paradigm. That's what I'm doing right now. I decided to come back to YouTube, even though I lost lots of followers and subscribers. I believe that I can do this, and I will rise like the phoenix. That's what Scorpio energy is all about. Whatever you've been through, there is a new start ahead. Thanks God. It might be a little dark. It almost certainly won't be rainbows and unicorns all the time, but it will be deep and transforming. This card also suggests that if you know you are magical, then this is the time to work your magic. It can also herald the start of a sexier time if you've been experiencing something of a drought. And emotional intimacy is also on the menu. Scorpio is the sign that likes to go deep into the body, mind, and spirit. So when this card comes up, there is nothing superficial about what's coming your way. So something real this time is going to happen, guys. How to attune to this card, to the moon from this card? Have some sexy time. It's time, guys. It's time. It's been too long. Too many problems, too many things to think about, scattered here and there. It's time to get back to that. The teaching of this card says like this: Scorpio is the sign of death and rebirth, magic and shamans. Its energy is a little bit dark, occult, even scary. Not all of us like to face the shadow, but Scorpio demands it. In fact, it's through working through your dark side that you can get to the light. And the new moon in Scorpio and the appearance of this card at any other time suggests you need to do that now. So let's do this. Go through our shadows. Different meanings for this card could be time to let go of a grudge you are holding. If you cannot let go, like sometimes I can't, and I can think of one right now that I can't let go of, if you pray, do like I do. If I have a grudge on a person that did me wrong, I'm asking God to take care of them their way. I'm not here to judge them. I'm not here to change them. Let them be, and go on your own way. Move on from jealousy. No, I don't think Geminis are jealous, so forget about that. Stop being obsessive. I don't find myself into this. Could it be you are being paranoid? No. Make an investment. Into what? Into what every single one of you is thinking about. Into your own child, like inner child, into yourself. If you've been everything for everybody else around, it's time to make an investment in yourself, my dear Geminis. Okay, let's see more about you. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. This one, guys, it might have something to do with the North Node in Aries that's taking place right now. Let me just find this. New moon in Aries, yeah. Okay, this card says, okay, the flame is lit. A wonderful new start beckons and you are on the right track. Whoa! God, thanks God. Drawing this card is a superbly positive sign and if there is something you want to happen in your life. Thanks God. Take this card as a big yes from the universe. This is the time to really tune into your dreams. Dream big, guys. Dream big because it's going to happen. I have a feeling. You may still have a long way to go. After all, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, but you are on your way. Determination, self-assertion, and bravery are called for, but the hot fire of Aries is driving you towards success in whatever endeavor you are asking about. By the way, if this reading that I have for you today, nothing happens for you in the next couple of weeks, let's say, or even July, think of, like sometimes what you've been, your plans have started now for the new moon, let's say, that just passed it. Usually it comes to fruition 6 months down the road. And with the full moon, the same. So keep remembering that, okay? Where was I? The caution, don't get too fast and forget your manners. I don't think I've seen a Gemini person being with no manners. Treat people well as you charge towards your goals. You'll create much better karma for yourself. How to attune to this moon? Don't even think about giving up. Don't even think about giving up. Keep on moving because things are going to be much better for you. The teaching of this card, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, so the new moon in Aries is the first of the 12 or 13 new moons of the year. If you are committed to working with all the lunations, the new moon in Aries is the right time to start, and drawing this card, no matter when you do it, signifies it's also the ideal time to start your moon work, such as setting intentions. As I mentioned, if we missed or you missed the new moon that just passed to set your intentions, at this point, you can set your intentions and expect fruition within 6 months or the latest 6 months from here. I wanted to say something. I'll remember it. Additional meanings to this is do your best and be happy with that. Avoid being brushed right now. You need a 12-month plan, which most of us, I'm pretty sure we do. And a new male is coming into your life. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. This card was the beginning of the reading for Aries. So if any of you have Aries in your placement in your chart, go ahead and check out that reading also. It's awesome from what I remember. So that was more about you. Now we have here two for the more about the situation. Hold your vision, fixed moon, and conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. So I'm going to read them one by one, okay? Fixed moon. I don't know exactly what it is, so bear with me because I didn't have that yet. I'm so tired. Today we've done some work in the house to beautify our place in here, fixed moon. And me and hubby, we worked till really late at night. And now I'm doing this for you because I promised I will put them out within 2-3 days from when I did my announcement on this channel. Fixed moon. Okay, I've got it. Hold your vision, my dear Gemini, and this is more about the situation. So we have two cards. Don't forget. The card says like this. There are two main possibilities with this card. The first is that you need to stand firm in whatever situation you are in, exactly. The second, very different interpretation is that something is stuck. We might take it that way, that it's stuck. No, we are being delayed a little. That could well be referring to the situation you are asking about. If that's the case, have a think about what you can do to grease the wheel so that events move forward. Are you being stubborn? If so, that's great because you really want things to change. There is a solution. Stop digging your heels in. Be the one to break a deadlock. And we can interpret this, every single one's in however it fits for us. With two interpretations for this card, it's up to you to decide what's going on and which meaning applies to you. This offers up a chance for some reflection. How to attune with this moon? Yes, just say the word a lot and see how it feels. I'm saying it a few times. Yes, 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 my dreams are coming true. Teachings of this card. In astrology, there are three quadruplicities: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. Or mutable, whatever, mutable. The fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. The fixed signs can be stubborn. Tell me about it. So anything that's just starting as you draw this card may well last longer. Remember, we each have all the star signs in our chart. It's just the way the astrological wheel works. So there is no judgment when we say that while it's admirable how much staying power the fixed signs have, they can also be obstinate. And additional meanings for this card could be staying power, faith, or patience are needed. Yeah. Someone needs to back down, avoid stagnation, so try to do something as this card just said. A personal or professional relationship will be enduring. The other card that we have here is the conclusions are within reach, and that's the full moon eclipse. There is the card. The full moon eclipse, and just like that, the door slams shut. If you pull this card, it suggests that the situation you are asking about to reach a peak or just has just done so, and things are now out of your hands. What you are experiencing now is what your soul signed up for, a way for you to learn and for your soul to evolve. Again, I'm giving myself as an example. In the past year, yes, my soul evolved because I went through lots of crap. And we only grow when we go through trials. So allow events to unfold and be easy on yourself. If you are letting go of someone or something, know that it's the right time, as hard as it might be. In my case, again, sorry to give my example, as I mentioned, even though my sister needs help, she's handicapped, but it's hard for me to see her like this, but at least she's gonna be close to me. I have to let her go. Forgive someone for what they did could be the key to resolving the situation in a positive way. It doesn't make right what they did, but it releases it so you can move on. That's right. It's really, really true. How you can attune to the moon? That which is meant for me will not pass me by. And I truly believe in that say. The teaching of this card says, though full moons are nearly always about climaxes and very often about conclusions. On the other hand, full moon eclipses are the same but on steroids. A full moon eclipse can be hard to handle because it portends change, something many of us are uncomfortable with. But change is a part of life, and this card, no matter when you pull it, reminds you of that fact. Full moon eclipses can also give us a glimpse into what Carl Jung called the shadow self. Work with your darkness. Different meanings for this card could be doors which slam shut now will not reopen. And that's for a reason. That's what I'm saying. It's time for you to get back on track. Yes, that's what I'm doing right now, and so should you. Forgiveness will set you free of karma. Do that, and it's gonna release you. Meditation, pranayama, and yoga nidra are all recommended now for you. Seed control and let events unfold. Yeah, that's another way to say. Hopes and fears. Meditate and contemplate. We have two cards again. And nothing is yet set in stone. New moon in Pisces and mutable moon. Let's see, maybe it's here somewhere. So, yeah, it's right here. I knew it. So, nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable is all about change, shape-shifting, even that something is still developing. This card indicates that something is indeed changing and there is room for maneuver. So take it as a sign that the situation you are asking about is far from being finalized. If you are not happy with the current state of play, that's marvelous. It means you can still change the course of the outcome. Yeah, you can do it. However, there is also a sense that the situation could perhaps be a little unstable. It always is when you are trying to do a change. For some, this is great news because you can still influence it. Others will struggle with the uncertainty, but you should stay with it a little longer. Either way, nothing is set in stone yet. So, how to attune to this moon? I know that the best will unfold for me. Repeat that as many times as you need. The teaching of this card, in astrology, there are three called quadruplicities: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. The mutable signs are Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces. And when the moon is in one of these signs, okay, you know there is going to be more flexibility in a situation. Anytime you pull this card, it suggests that there is the opportunity to keep visualizing and affirming what you want, as there is still room for change. So think about what you want and enjoy the daydream. Yes, I do. Additional meanings, you are meandering towards your goal, and that's okay. Meandering. Staying adaptable is the key to success for you now. Make sure you are not being led astray. Have you become distracted? Time to focus. Get grounded, my dear. Stay with it, whatever it means to you. For me, get grounded. Shoes off. Okay, which one is the next one? Meditate and contemplate is the new moon in Pisces, and this is again in the same position like hopes and fears, okay? New moon, new moon, new moon in Pisces. Okay, let's figure it out. This card says that you should meditate and contemplate. This card speaks of dreams and romance, of soulmates and poetry. It suggests that there is a new start coming your way that's connected to a matter that leaves you feeling somewhere between having your head in the clouds and being in a totally altered state. There could be confusion and disappointment if that's what you've had before and that's what you are expecting. However, if you are onto a good thing, then wish hard, because the words of your soul and your heart could help bring about the manifestation of your dreams. Don't forget that we had yes over there. If all that sounds a little wet and watery, that's the Pisces for you. This is the last sign of the zodiac. And the new moon in Pisces card suggests a last-ditch chance to make your dreams come true. And yes, it's gonna happen. How to attune to this moon? Use your feelings to guide your way, meaning heart and gut feeling. Logic won't work right now. The teachings of this card says like this: the Pisces is the sign of reveries and mysteries of depths of emotions, idealism, and hopeless romantics. It is the sign of water and the unconscious. Its energy is deep like watery depths. The new moon in Pisces indicates a time to listen to your feelings and to allow your emotions free rein. Whatever you are feeling as you pull this card is more likely than the truth, unless you've been kidding yourself somehow, and only you know if that's the case or not. Additional meanings for this card: it is in the position of the hopes and fears, and it starts with face your fears. They may be holding you back. The situation is being healed. Yes, it is. It's time to surrender to the divine. I think we just said that, didn't we? Yeah, it started with the surrender to the divine, my dear. That's how I'm going to name it. Chant like this: Om Namo Narayani. So, Om Namo Narayani. Avoid being deceptive or willingly deceived. And the last card that we have in here is the final outcome, and I love it without even reading it. I didn't even have it yet. A win-win outcome is forecast. So full moon in Libra. Let's figure it out. Full moon, full moon. I love these cards, this deck, I'm telling you. The full moon in Libra, that the sign of partnership, of falling in love, and of closely relating to someone else. We had a card in here, get back to that sexy time. That comes with romance, my dears, so fall in love. Since full moons are about climaxes and conclusions, this card suggests you are either about to start a new relationship or that an important existing relationship is changing somehow, perhaps coming to an end or moving to a new level of commitment. It's important to remember that people come to us for a reason, and sometimes just for a season. If a relationship is ending now, it's doing so at the right time, So try not to fight it. This card can also refer to a professional relationship. There is a sense that you need to balance your ego with someone else's needs. A win-win outcome is possible with give and take. Doing so might be the answer to your question. How to attune to this moon? Let go of that which is falling away. So in my case, it's not a romantic thingy, it's not a business relationship, it's a sibling relationship. The teaching of this, no matter when you pull the full moon in Libra card, it encourages you to find a balance between your desires and those of the people around you. And so I will do. Balance is a very Libran energy, and the full moon brings things to a peak. Dramas and upsets bring partnerships to the fore. Libra energy also brings love, energy, and negotiations are easier with that. Additional meanings for the full moon in Libra, my dears, is see the other persons through the eyes of love. Sorry, guys, I have to stretch a little. It will change your perspective. It's time for you to make a firm decision. And I'm pretty sure most of you are already on that way. Time for you to focus on yourself for a while, exactly what I said earlier. Look after yourself, but avoid vanity. Now is a great time for a makeover. God bless us all. And I'm going to pull some angel cards for you, my dear Geminis. And I'm going to do the lucky numbers. Take charge of the situation, exactly the same as we had there. Crystals, you might want to use crystals for healings. And if that came to 4, I'm going to use the deck of crystals and see which ones are good for you. I didn't do it for other signs because it didn't came up. And persistence, keep on going, move forward, no matter what. Keep on going to reach your dreams. We've got one. Explore your options, my dears. And this is a prayer with this card. Dear God, I'm thanking you for the wisdom and the love with which you made me see, understand, and estimate all alternative options around me. Please guide me in the best direction for my health, my happiness, and my divine mission in life. So remember that. And one more from this deck, and then I'll go to the crystals for you. If you feel the need to retreat, but don't get stuck in there, so retreat. Let's see which crystals are good for you for this month, because it says over there you should get healings. Oh yes, look at that. It's this one. Rose quartz, my dear Geminis, that will fill your heart with unconditional love to be able to forgive the people around you and start anew. Okay? So use that, my dears. Let's see your lucky numbers and colors. 6. Because I'm filming with my camera, the numbers are going to be the other way around. So, okay. Number 2 and number 3. Hopefully you can see them better. I'll read them again. Number 2 and number 3. Oh, I have to pull another one because we have a double. 2 sevens. So maybe the 7th of July is important to you, or the 14th, my dears. Okay? We have 9 and 10, or I'll do it this way, 9 and 10, and 12. You should wear red and orange and maybe turquoise or turquoise or whatever this color you guys think it is. I think it's turquoise. When you play these numbers or this month, try to have more of these three colors on you and everything will be fine. So, if you enjoy this reading and you want to see more because more is coming, if you don't know what's coming, go and check out my reading, my update on my channel over there so you'll know what news are for like updates. Please don't forget to subscribe if you are not a subscriber yet. Share, comment, like, so my video goes up and you are helping my channel. And thank you very much for being here. Love and light. Love you all. And happy birthday because, no, I'm sorry. It was Gemini season. It's late. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm finishing this. I'm going to sleep and then I'll do some more tomorrow. Anyway, love and light. Take care. Bye.